Jonathan Bear?
Council, I was watching the news and it came to my attention about the suspension and the investigation of our town manager.
I'm sorry, today we are not going to be taking any public comment regarding any staff, and I'm going to ask that you refrain from speaking on this topic tonight. Thank you.
And as you know, back in January 24th of 2018, the same person had allegedly
You already
I'm sorry,
asked to
Mr.
stop
Ware, he's been
speaking.
asked to stop speaking. We're not having this topic
a
tonight.
violation of my civil rights.
It is a violation of
As an
personal
American-
I'm sorry,
As
information.
an
Mr. Bear.
American, as a veteran,
Don't leave.
Malcolm.
Mr. Bear, you're going to have to stop. You're going to cease your public comment, and you'll have to leave the room if you don't cease right now.
all right. Thank you very much.
Jonathan Bear, you have 3 minutes when you come to the podium.
Hello, council. For the viewing audience, my YouTube channel is Truth You Can Handle. And they can watch my videos that I record, which primarily deals with government accountability. I also recently discovered a Facebook page that deals with government accountability, and that is Truth in the Trail, and I recommend people look at that. Outside these doors is a memorial for veterans to honor them. I am a veteran. Mr. Morse is a veteran. And the last time I tried to speak, I was severely dismayed at how quickly and how easily you silenced my free speech. Also, for those who remain silent, your silence was deafening and speaks volumes. Especially considering when you guys did not even know what I was going to talk about. I think everyone should be embarrassed and ashamed of the council for their behavior. At the time, I was going to read, or at least cite, the title, Indian Trail Town Manager Placed on Administrative Leave Pending Investigation, WBTV. Since then, Indian Trail Town Manager placed on leave accountability, that was the Fox 46. Then, it was Sadek out as Indian Trail Town Manager. This was the Carolina Weekly. I wasn't even allowed to mention those things that were reported by the media. The media got those reports from you, and I wanted to speak about things that you released to me. Finally, I have this right here. You all know what this is. This was a false accusation placed against me. Interestingly enough, there are no people, no accusers listed here. The only names on here are the town attorney, Patrick Sadek, Mike Parks, and Captain Chase Cole. I am asking the town council to please suspend the rules and to have this rescinded because they are false and libelous. Finally, I am prepared to file a complaint with the North Carolina Bar Association for the misconduct of your town attorney in collusion with certain staff, namely Pat Sadek, to create this document and to have it where I could be arrested if I showed up at this building unannounced. Thank you.
Thank you. Jonathan Bear?
So for 2 months, I've been sending emails that have been unresponded to and not even acknowledged. And all I wanted was an answer to a simple question. And so I'm going to read that into the record since the mayor over a month has refused to read this email that I sent to him over a
Can you
month.
please state your name and address for the record, please, sir?
Mayor and town council,
Jonathan, you were asked to state your name and address. Do it, or I'm going to remove you
You know
from
my
town
name.
comments.
you know,
No,
it's
stay
on the
on.
record. It's already on the record.
Okay, your time is up.
Mr. McLaurin
Time is up.
has informed me that I have to address the whole council. So, town council, please answer the following questions, one by one.
Jonathan,
For your council feedback to
Jonathan, your
public
time is
comments,
up. Please stop.
yes or no? Do you support the Day of Healing, Prayer, and Reflection
Jonathan, you're going to
proclamation that
stop,
the
or you're
Mayor
going to be removed
Alvarez
from the meeting.
read on 6/19/2020, which reads in part, whereas I, Mayor of Indian Trail, members of Indian Trail Town Council, and Indian Trail Town staff, pause to recognize the senseless and tragic death of George Floyd on May 26, 2020. So, yes or no, do you support that proclamation? Do you support the
Okay,
proclamation?
you know what, Kevin, it's okay. Yes, I support that proclamation of a day of peace and unity
What about the
that
rest
was
of the
brought
council?
forth before the council.
I asked the whole council, and I expect an answer from each one.
If they're willing to answer.
Mayor, this is public comment. There is no,
Well, he's the last one to
Requirement.
speak, his time is up, so I'm going to move
all
over
right,
to
the
council
board, if the
comments.
board is, if the
I'm
board
moving,
agrees, we
okay.
can take
Your
these.
time is up, I'm going to move over to council comment, reply comments.
I have no comments.
Mike? David?
What is the question, John?
The question is, yes or no? Do you support the Day of Healing, Prayer, and Reflection proclamation the Mayor Alvarez read on 6/19/2020, which reads in part, whereas I, Mayor of Indian Trail, members of Indian Trail Town Council, and Indian Trail Town staff, pause to recognize the senseless and tragic death of George Floyd
Okay,
on May
I
25th,
support it.
2020.
I support
Thank you very much.
Mayor Alvarez.
Couple quick things. I just want to clarify something for public comments. It is a requirement of the town of Indian Trail that you write your name and your address and a subject matter that you're going to speak about. And that's fair and transparent for all who come. Certain individuals seem to not want to write their name, want to use phony names, use titles, and skirt the system. It's not fair to everyone else. And the other part of that would be, yes, there was a proclamation of unity and peace that I read and joined in with the rest of Union County in regards to the aftermath of the unfortunate and tragic death of George Floyd. But that wasn't what that email was about. That email was about why was there a proclamation for that and not an individual in Colorado that shot another individual who was going to rob a store and save someone's life. Granted, loss of any life is tragic, and we should honor those who give their lives for anyone else in any other situation. But the Colorado incident was not here, and it was not something brought up from other communities and asked for to join in. Unfortunately, it was not something we even knew about. And to piggyback on Mr. Bear, I'd be more than happy to do a proclamation for all heroes that give their life for others that we don't know about across this nation, across the world, that put themselves in the line of fire for others to save an innocent person, run out in front of a car to save a child, whatever it might be. But unfortunately, we can't honor each individual person. And the cities in Colorado and the state of Colorado honored that individual and honored them appropriately. So sometimes, especially in Indian Trail, when it gets near election time, people tend to want to let the politics get above the content of what's supposed to be going on. And that was that. On another note.